Another cat, and this is a different cat than Midnight. This is Suki, who was a feral cat that Carlos had for a while, who also has FIP.
Had FIP.
Had FIP.
In remission from FIP. I don't know how you word it.
Explain what it is.
Yeah, I was just going to say, explain to everyone what it is.
Yeah, so as Mackenzie said, she came to us with Conga, who is now adopted with Snow Chowder. Or, what's his name?
No, it was Snow, and now Chowder,
Well,
and
yeah.
now Conga is Stew.
Stew, yeah. So anyway, she was found with Conga, and they were best buds. And then after a couple of weeks of being at my house, she got really sick with what's called FIP. So FIP is a gene in their system that most cats already have, and it's actually a strain of COVID, but obviously different than human COVID. Different than dog COVID, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But when the gene mutates, you can get FIP. It's feline infectious something. I can't remember the P. But it's a horrible disease. I mean, and it's always been a death sentence for cats. We've unfortunately lost at least one in our rescue with it in the past before we knew about the medication. That is not every vet supports and stuff, right? So anyways, she was a healthy cat for a couple months and then just got really sick. I mean, she was down to like under 2 pounds at one point when she was like 4 months old. Being feral, she obviously didn't like to be held, and when she started getting sick, she was still feral to the point where like I couldn't pet her without her scratching or biting me. So it was really tough, right?
What'd you do?
So with FIP, it's either an oral medication or an injection. The injection is stronger. So we wanted to really fight it, and it's 89 days straight of medication once a day, an injection every day. So on top of doing the injection, we had to monitor B12 with her liver and stuff like that. So she was getting at least one injection a day. A couple of times a week, she was getting a double injection depending on the medications that she needed.
Were you doing it?
I was doing the injection every day. So I had to fight.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I had to fight with her to start to trust me to not bite me when I just wanted to hold her, but let alone now I had to inject her with stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's a horrible thing to inject cats with. I mean, they scream. That it's painful. Like, it's not fun to do every day, right? You have to find different spots in their body. Like,
holy cow!
Anybody that has a dog that has diabetes and they do insulin shots, it's very similar to that. So it's a struggle, right? But I mean, she's gained weight now. She runs around and plays. She jumps up on furniture. She climbs the stairs. Like, every day, it's been progress. And when she was really starting to show signs of healing and we were able to integrate her with cats again and see her friends, like, obviously it brought me to tears. I mean, she was a cat that hated me, that was dying, and now I'm not even holding her, and she's just sitting on my lap after panicking for being here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I knew that all this was going on, but, like, I didn't realize until right now, like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Number one, the fact that she's just sitting here right now, and number two, I didn't realize you had to give her an injection for 89 days.
89 days straight, every evening. Bridget helped me out, Bridget who's here earlier.
Yeah.
She helped me out a couple of days when I was on vacation. She went over and did it.
Because I couldn't, I house sat for them.
So Bridget, when you were there, Bridget had to come
I'm embarrassed that I'm not more of a confident cat person, you guys, but I'm getting better.
But even then, it's not being a confident cat person, right?
You have to give her the injection.
Yeah, you have to be willing to give the cat an injection, and then, when she was really sick, she was getting fluids as well. So there was days where I wasn't doing the bag fluid. So there was days where I was just injecting her fluids. So a couple times she'd get 7-8 injections a day between fluids and the medication. A cat that wants to attack my face.
Yeah, I'm like...
and then needles on top of it. Like, it's amazing the transformation she's made. She's still skittish a little bit, right? New people she's not as fond of. Even when I go up to my office, I don't like new people either. When I go up to my office, she'll kind of hide for a few minutes and kind of play that catch me game, whatever. But then she comes over and she wants attention. And the minute she gets pet, she rolls over on her back. I'm, no, okay, yeah, do this.
Wait, that's so cute.
She doesn't like going places, so it's, she was hissing at me today a little bit, like, so that feralness comes back. So, she can go to a house with kids, but it's going to have to be a patient family. She's not aggressive when you start to play with her. She doesn't scratch, she doesn't bite. Even when she's hissing at me, I just grab her and she's like, yeah, okay. Or she'll poop on you. That's her defense mechanism. But she's an absolute angel, and I love her. I mentioned earlier to PJ she's gotten fat, but it's in a healthy fat, which from what she was, like, this is what we want. Yeah, and I couldn't be happier to, obviously be with a rescue that wanted to spend the money to fight the FIP with her. But it's awesome to see and I'm part of groups now too, right, for FIP on like social media. So I see
Cute.
so many animals, so many cats that are getting it around the world, and actually seeing that we can heal it now, and it's awesome to see because it's always been a death sentence. It still can be.
We didn't know you could.
What,
We didn't know. Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
Maddie borrow one of her cats?
Yeah,
FIP?
that's who
we found
helped.
out about
Yeah.
this.
So she
Okay,
helped us.
I just got chills. That is such
Yeah.
a sweet, special story. For those that don't know, Maddie was our like very
First
first kid volunteer, and then her brother got involved, her parents got involved, and they are still helping us today. So that is so sweet. That
Yeah.
so one of her cats had FIP, and that's
and
how we
her
learned about
cat's
the
doing
medication.
well as well.
Yeah, I remember that,
He's
yeah.
recovered because her and I keep in touch. Because one of her friends now has a cat that unfortunately caught it.
So it's common.
It's more common than people know.
And it is a death sentence. We had another cat with it.
Yeah, we lost.
We didn't know.
We lost one cat because of it, and that cat had it different, right? So there's two main forms of FIP. There's a wet form, which is more belly, where they get all the fluids in their lungs and their belly, and then neurological. Hers was more neurological. Well, it was all neurological.
Yeah.
So she still has some, movements that I'm trying to figure out if it's her being a kitten and because she never had that kitten stage, so she's growing out of it, or no, I have a little bit of residual because the brain barrier, right, doesn't allow all the medication to go through when it's
Yeah.
neurological, so it's much more treatable when it's the wet form in the belly. So for her to recover as well, it's just unbelievable. Now she could relapse and she could need medication again in the future, right? But that's just something that you gotta kind of accept.
Yeah.
But she can't pass it. It's not transmittable to other animals. All that. Like.
Yeah.
It's a really unique thing that I'm still learning about. I'm still trying to learn more
Yeah,
about.
this is crazy.
But yeah, she's an awesome cat though. So if you're interested in Suki, she's about 9 months old.
Just a kitty.
Yeah, she's just a kitty. She is fixed. She's up to date on all her vaccines. She is an absolute sweetheart and deserves a great family that's going to be patient for her. And she gets along with multiple cats and dogs. I mean, that's not a problem.
No longer feral.
Yeah, no longer feral.
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah.
You can take
A new
the girl.
person, she's going to be scared.
You
of.
can take the girl off the streets, but you can't take the streets out of the girl.
But it is impressive that, she's not
It's
trying to run away right now.
It's very impressive.
We
And
use it for dog testing.
Yeah, we use her for dog testing.
is she the one who was just on top of Teddy, who I heard was sat on top of Teddy?
No,
or
she
something?
said that was Capriccio. She sat on top of.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
But yeah, she is that one.
Very cute.
So she's our new. I think that's why she was so stressed out because she's like, I hate going in the carrier because I always have to go deal with like
she's
20
like,
dogs.
I don't want to deal with those
And
dogs.
now she's like, wait, maybe this isn't so bad. I got to go hang out and be on camera.
Well, if y'all think that story is heartwarming and sad,
Wait till
we're
the
about
next
to
one.
we're about to make it worse. So we'll be right back, and then we're gonna bring Naya back. Okay, cool. So we'll be right back.
No, you're such